I don't know about you, but I love Bend because it is such a bike-friendly location. So today we're going to talk about your top 10 tips for riding your bike in Bend, Oregon. Hello everyone, welcome to the Suzanne and Sarah YouTube channel. I'm Suzanne Moore.
And I'm Sarah Willis. We are Central Oregon's investment and real estate experts.
Here in Bend, we have scenic landscapes, outdoor culture, and miles of bike-friendly trails. So this really is a cyclist paradise, and that's why so many people who love cycling come here because there's road biking, mountain biking, gravel biking, all the biking. Whether you're a seasoned rider or a casual cyclist, exploring Bend on two wheels is a really great way to experience the area's beauty and to make the most of your adventure. We've got 10 top tips to share so that you can keep these things in mind when you are exploring and riding your bike in Bend. Tip number one is always, of course, safety first. So before embarking on your cycling adventure, you've got to prioritize your safety. So you hear it from everybody, of course. Wear your helmet. It's super important. Make sure that it fits properly. Protect your head in case of falls or accidents. You've got to also follow those traffic rules, super important. So treat your bike like it's a vehicle. So you would stop at stop signs, stop at red lights, those types of things. You want to be sure you're obeying traffic signal signs and lane rules. Next up for safety, you want to be visible. So wearing bright colored clothing, reflective gear is also super important. And it really helps to have lights on the front and back of your bike when you're riding in really any condition, but especially low light conditions. So early morning and getting towards dusk and nighttime. Number two, you want to make sure you choose the right bike. You want to make sure you've got a bike that really is suited to the terrain that you're planning to ride. So you don't want to be riding your road bike out on the gravel trails because those skinny little tires don't do so well on gravel. We've got various trails here in Bend. We've got paved paths, rugged mountain trails, and we've got some nice flat gravel trails that are, a little less aggressive as well. So you want to make sure that your bike matches your chosen route. Number three, plan your route. That's super important to know where you are going. As I said before, we have tons of biking trails, both within the city and in the surrounding areas and wilderness. So you want to make sure you plan the route based on your skill level and preferences. So you don't want to head off on a 60-mile ride when you've only ever ridden maybe 12. So whether you're interested in scenic leisure rides or challenging mountain biking trails, we've really got it all here within 10 to 15 minutes of the center of Bend. Number four, you want to make sure you bring your essential gear. So carrying the necessary equipment is super important in case something happens. You're out there on two wheels, you don't have all the conveniences of a vehicle. So you want to make sure you've got the things you need, like tools, a repair kit. So something that will repair a flat tire. Need a multi-tool to be able to move things in and out, a pump in case you get a flat tire or any other mechanical issues arise. Of course, you want to make sure you bring water and snacks. So you want to stay hydrated and bring some snacks to keep your energy up. And then it's also really important to have a route, whether you're using a paper map or a screenshot of a map on your phone, or you have a GPS either within your phone, your smartwatch, or something else. Make sure you know your route. So using a map app or a Strava or something for navigation is also super helpful. Number five, you want to make sure you're riding responsibly on our trails. So when you're on off-road trails, make sure you stay on those designated trails. And the signage here in Central Oregon is really generally pretty good. Another app you can use to make sure you're staying on the right trails and know where you are is Trail Forks. So I would recommend downloading that. There's a free component and a paid component. So you just want to make sure you're respecting those trail rules and make sure you're not riding off trail or riding the wrong direction. Some trails here in Central Oregon are directional, so maybe they're downhill only or uphill only. So you just really want to make sure you know the rules of the trails. You also want to be yielding to others. So Typically, you would yield to someone coming downhill, and then as you're going uphill, you would pull off to the side because you're going slower than someone going downhill. Number 6, you got to dress for the weather here, and it's all about layers with no matter what activity you're doing here in Central Oregon. So our weather can be somewhat unpredictable. It can change quickly, so make sure you layer. You've got a rain jacket or something that, can protect you from the moisture. And we also get a ton of sunshine here, so make sure you've got your sunglasses and your sunscreen to protect against the high altitude sun because it is legit. It is deceiving and it will get you for sure. Number 7, be prepared for altitude. You may not realize it when you're here in Bend if you're just visiting, but you're at 3,800 feet here in Bend. And as you head further south towards Sun River, Lapine, you're at like 4,200 feet. So you've got to make sure that you factor that into your time and your fitness, especially if you're not acclimated to the altitude. So take it easy, stay hydrated, listen to your body, and if you experience any symptoms of altitude sickness, make sure to take a rest, drink some more water, and call for help if you need it. Number 8, stay informed about all trail conditions. So you can check trail conditions online in real time. There's tons of websites where you can do that. They do change with the seasons. Of course, if we get a big rain, some trails may be closed because they want to protect the trails from getting really beat up with mud. So local bike shops have a lot of real-time trail information. There's also plenty of online resources that provide that up-to-date information for you. Number 9. Number 9, you want to respect the environment. And this also goes back to, staying on trail and following the rules, of course. So what makes Bend so special is our natural beauty, and that's also what makes it such a fantastic cycling destination. So please help preserve the beauty of Central Oregon's biking trails by not littering, sticking to those designated trails, and respecting wildlife and flora. Number 10, join a bike group or a bike tour. There are tons of opportunities here to join other cyclists and enthusiasts out on the trails and the roads. And if you want to connect with any other fellow enthusiasts, give us a call. We're connected into these groups as well. There's also some biking guided tours and also some events that you can sign up for to ride with others and have aid stations and water and food provided for you at a cost. Certainly worth it many times to see new areas and have the protection of, many other riders with you. So just to wrap it up, Bend, Oregon cycling has blown up in the last 2 decades, and it's a great way to explore our region's really beautiful landscapes and get a sense of the culture of Central Oregon. So by following these top 10 tips, you will ensure a safe and enjoyable biking experience, and you'll also get to experience the beautiful scenery, landscapes, flora, and fauna of Central Oregon on 2 wheels. So gear up, hop on your bike, and get ready for a great ride here in Bend, Oregon.